Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Wilder versus Wilder. You have been married 11 years and you are currently separated. Mr. Wilder,
Yes.
why have you brought your wife to our court?
I'm here today because I dearly love this woman, and I'm here to fight for my marriage and to resolve the issue if she's been lying to me or not about her faithfulness.
Okay,
All
so
right.
Ms. Wilder, what do you want to prove today?
I have been with this man faithfully for 11 years. We have 6 children together. I have never cheated on this man. Never. Yet, I mean, every little thing can give him the idea that I've cheated, and it doesn't have to be proof. Anything. He will
Once
think
bitten, twice shy. Is
never
how I feel.
bitten, never shy.
But here's the thing. You all are living separately, not only separately, but in different states.
Yes, we are.
I'm willing to fight for
All
my marriage.
because you believe that she's cheating.
It's gotten to that point that we cannot be together peacefully because he will not believe that I'm faithful, and I don't want to live that way. Once I can prove to this man that I'm faithful, I would love for us to come back together if he can leave the past behind him.
That's all
and
I want to
move
do
on.
is leave the past behind us and us come to a point to where she admits it and we can move on. I want to leave that behind. I'm tired of it resurfacing.
So you want to show that she's not cheating, but you're afraid that that's what the results will show.
I know in my heart that she has, and I want it eats her away, and therefore it eats away at our marriage. And I want to resolve it. I love this woman. I believe in our vows. She's the mother of my children. I would die for this woman. I just want to move forward in life.
Mr. Wilder, who do you specifically believe Mrs. Wilder has cheated?
A former neighbor of ours.
That's just one of them. He said half of the town that we lived in at one time. He said my doctor at one time. He has smelled my hand when I came out the doctor's office.
Okay, wait. Did you sniff her hand?
I did.
He did.
And what were you sniffing for?
Well, she dresses up for
wasn't
this
lotion.
doctor a lot sexier for him than me. She wears a sleek cut-off shirt and her
No,
boob
sir.
cleavage hanging out. And you don't dress like that for me. But
Okay.
when you go to your doctor's appointment, all of a sudden you're all dolled up and for not your husband.
Well, Ms. Wilder, do you dress provocatively when you go to your doctor's office?
Dress provocatively whenever I want, but I wouldn't
But
call it
not for
provocatively.
me, but not for me.
What for you?
But I will admit, she's a broken lady waiting to be mended. I love this woman dearly. I'm the one
Y'all are
who
broken.
invited the devil into our life. I'm the spiritual leader of our home. I dropped the ball. Happy women do not cheat. I'm the one
That's true.
that's
Unhappy women don't cheat sometimes too, buddy.
Well, I hope that's the case, and I hope I'm wrong.
Did she ever dress provocatively for you in the beginning? Is that how she got your attention?
Yes, she did. In the very beginning, I met Jessica at a restaurant in South Mississippi doing Hurricane Katrina cleanup. She was a young, beautiful woman that caught my eye. She was over in the corner. I looked over, she flashed the come on smile, and there my heart went zippity thump, and she had me right then and there.
And it must be true because she's just grinning. She's just grinning.
Okay, hold up. I want to define provocative because I have my own style and I dress loud as can be, okay? I wear my leggings that's something crazy. That's just how I am. That's just how I dress. So, I mean...
But whatever it is, it worked
It
for
worked,
him.
yeah.
It worked for you
I'm
to
sure
get
it
him.
worked for somebody
Yeah.
else if it was up of mine too, but
We
I
were
love
the-
that fool.
we were the picture.
I ain't never
We were
cheated
the
on
picture
him.
perfect family. I would
You
work,
say we
come
were.
home.
That's not true. You say we were.
I
You say
allowed
we
the
were.
devil in, and you give an inch, he takes a mile, and I'm here to fight for my marriage. Death do
invited
us
the devil
part.
in.
Two becomes one flesh, and never will I give up on our marriage. You're my wife. I love you.
Well, I'm
All
telling
right,
you
Mr. Wilder.
now,
Okay, when you say you let the devil in,
Correct.
what do you mean?
I opened Pandora's box by encouraging us watching porn together, and let this be a witness to everybody and all. That's the downfall of our marriage.
and that ain't where it stops neither.
All right, so whose idea was it to start watching porn?
Well, it always piqued my interest, But she actually, beforehand, if there was a breast that come on the television, I had to cover my hands or cover my eyes or get smacked. But she did allow it at one point.
I did at one time.
And she saw a passion in me that brought out, but that was the devil's lie.
I appeased him to get what I wanted, which
Yeah.
was passion
So
from him. He would ignore me. He wouldn't look at me with any kind of passion in his eyes, and I felt alone, and I was flipping through it, and there it was, and guess what? I got what I wanted, which was passion from my husband, which I did do that. That was the first time that we watched that.
And then after that, I really pushed for it.
So did you do that basically to spice things up?
Yeah, to spice
Take it
things
up a
yeah.
notch.
I mean, to take it up to the first notch, yes.
But
And it took you up to the first notch.
It was fun for a while, but the night that he told me that he wanted to take something to the next step and spice things up even more, it broke my heart. And
Tell me about that.
He wanted to basically involve other people.
dirty talk led to action. And that was involved another couple. And we did it once, and I highly regretted it after it was done.
So who found the couple? How did that happen?
We found them on a website online, and actually.
Okay, but Mr. Wilder, you found the couple.
I did.
Okay, what did you say to him? How do you initiate that conversation?
Hello, how are you?
So you're on a website, that's what people are there looking for, right?
Correct.
Okay, all right.
It's a swingers website.
Basically,
Correct.
yeah. And we got to know this couple first, I mean, and then we did what we did the one time, and it did not turn out well.
When you say did what you did, I mean, you were reluctant at first, but you kind of got into the swing of things, right? What happened?
What happened was...
Hold up, he asked me that question.
What happened was...
Woohoo.
After the heat of the moment, it broke my heart because I knew what I'd done, and I basically freaked out and took off down the road.
I don't know what you did.
Without me.
What happened?
Without me, with me running behind.
Okay.
Were you sexually intimate with the other couple?
We were.
Do you regret doing this?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did you ever do it again?
No.
Okay,
All right.
so how do you go from swinging to sleeping with a neighbor?
I believe her to be running around with one of her friends' husbands.
That is not true.
I worked all the time. She was a stay-at-home mother, and this man did not work either, and they had a relationship that I thought was inappropriate.
Okay,
And
Mr. Wilder, what was inappropriate about it?
her and him communicating together on the phone.
Your wife can't talk.
What kind of communication? Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. She would leave the room. You have to ask her.
But how do you know it was
I would leave
inappropriate?
the room, would I?
Well,
that is not
how
true.
would you like some man calling your wife half the time? Would you call that appropriate?
yeah.
Yeah. Would you? You would call that appropriate? Some man calling you all the time?
All the time?
All the time. You leave the room every time a man calls?
That's not. I did not leave the room every time that.
Oh,
man
Okay.
yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't know that it's inappropriate on its face, but I love you and I want you to feel comfortable. And if it made you feel uncomfortable, I would not do it. And I would
Right.
tell him not to call me.
Okay.
Mr. Wilder, did you tell your wife you were uncomfortable with that relationship?
I made it very clear to both of them that I was uncomfortable with this relationship.
So what did you do with that information? Did you stop having that relationship with him, whatever it
No,
was?
I didn't.
Did you have feelings for this gentleman?
Absolutely not.
There was no emotional tie with
Nothing
him.
whatsoever.
Mr. Wilder, do you believe that?
Come to my
No, I
house
don't.
with my friend.
Well, when my antennas first went up was when I would hear her
Oh,
talk on the
gorgeous
phone.
antennas.
It sounded like the way she used to talk to me.
Okay, but Mr. Wilder, do you have any kind of concrete evidence?
I know in my heart.
Anything you've found, anything
He
you've
said
seen,
concrete
anything that you know personally that your wife is cheating?
I found a condom wrapper on the bathroom
Yes, he did.
sink that had been ripped open. I never use condoms. Why is there condoms in the home? And I had been out of town for a week working. And I come home and there's an empty condom wrapper on the bathroom counter.
Okay,
with
so
no
let me
condom,
make sure I
just the
understand.
wrapper.
Let me make sure I understand. You've been out of town, you come home and find in the bathroom an empty condom wrapper.
Correct.
And you said what?
I said
How do you
yes.
explain that?
He did find an empty condom wrapper. My kids love to blow up condoms.
The older kid,
Okay, wait.
No, I'm serious. serious.
Okay, if your husband doesn't use condoms, how do you know they like blowing them up?
Because I got them from the health department in a little brown
Why
paper
are you
bag.
getting condoms from
Because I'm
the health
a hoarder
department?
half the time. I get whatever. I'll get something if it's free. I mean, it's free. And I just had them. I know it don't make sense, but seriously.
Ron, are you buying this?
Don't buy
Okay.
it. That's why I get it. I don't buy it either. No, I know it sounds weird. I know it does. If I was of a mind to cheat, I would send the fella, first of all, back with his rubber and his wrapper. I wouldn't be leaving it in my house. And second of all, like the underwear,
The boxers that aren't mine. I wear
They-
briefs most.
Yeah.
Please tell me about
Explain
this.
that, Mr. Wilder. You found on the floor, on the bed, on the chair, on the dresser. Where were the boxers?
On the floor.
On the floor in your bedroom.
Correct.
Okay. So you look at the boxers. Do you wear boxers?
No, sir, I wear briefs.
Okay, so you don't even wear boxers.
Correct.
So immediately you know they're not yours.
Correct.
All right. So you see the boxers. What do you do then?
I ask her, whose boxers are these?
And what response did she give you?
I think she blamed it on one of her teenage nephews.
I had been packing my house up, getting ready to move to Georgia. Okay, I don't know how they got on my bedroom floor, but I guarantee you I wasn't doing nothing with nobody and sent him home without his underwear. But they weren't his boxers because they weren't his size, and my family members come and stay with me all the time, and I had just had one stay with me and leave. So, I mean, I don't know whose they were. Honestly.
You don't know whose, this mysterious pair of boxers, you don't have any idea whose they were.
And you know what?
Not
I
specifically
might
at the
believe
moment.
that. I might believe that. But not on your bedroom floor. I mean, if they were in the bathroom or the
Yeah,
laundry
why-
room or
I
the
wouldn't
kids'
even-
room.
And
It would
another
be easy
issue
for
I
me
have
to-
is her cell phone is full of sexy, provocative selfies that aren't sent to me, and she is very secretive with her phone.
I'm
and she says,
secretive with my
"There's hundreds
phone
of
because
pictures," and
he
I'm
broke
not
my phone.
receiving any of these pics.
So when you
Now,
say
these are
provocative
bras and
pictures,
panties, and look at me.
okay. Ms. Wilder, do you have these pictures in your phone?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Selfies?
Yes.
Okay.
She even bought
Are you
a
sending
selfie
them to
stick.
your husband?
I did one time until he got mad and said that picture looked too good. I must be sending it to somebody else. And so guess what?
You started sending
Send
to
them
somebody else.
Okay, I did start sending them to somebody else because he told me that we were over with one night. He told me basically I was a piece of crap. I've been with this man for 11 years, and he keeps pushing me and pushing me. And finally one night I broke, and I started messaging somebody else, and he told me to.
It was just a smart aleck moment when I was like, I don't care, it's over, do what you will. It's not, I didn't instruct her to do it, I said, do what you will.
So that was you were angry and you just lashed out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ms. Wilder, we've got the condom wrapper and we've got the sexy pictures and we got the boxers. Are you telling this court that you have not had sexual relations with any man other than your husband, excluding the couple that you were with? That was consensual.
Nobody else.
Aside from that.
Nobody else.
So 11 years of marriage is on the line.
Absolutely.
Well, to get to the bottom of this, the court has ordered a polygraph examination for Ms. Wilder, and we have the results. Ron, would you please escort our certified polygraph examiner, Mr. Michael Williams, into the courtroom?
Yes, Sean.
As a certified polygraph examiner, you've probably seen lots of cases with people being accused of infidelity.
Yes, sir.
Well, in this case, Ms. Wilder was asked a series of questions. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
All right.
You asked Ms. Wilder this question. Since being married to Mr. Wilder, other than the one time he is aware of, has she had sexual contact with a neighbor? What was her response?
She said no.
What did the lie detector reveal?
The lie detector determined that Mrs. Wilder was being truthful.
Y'all ain't gonna clap for me. I'm told the truth.
Mr. Wilder, is that the answer you were looking for?
Yeah, I can't help it, I have a suspicious mind.
Yes, you can help it. Don't say you
Well, we
can't.
will come back to
Hey,
that.
I love her and thank God for it.
Hold on, we have one more question.
Okay, let's hear it.
Mrs. Wilder was asked, was the condom Mr. Wilder found in the bathroom from a sexual encounter she had with another man? What was her response?
She said no.
What did the lie detector reveal?
The lie detector instrumentation determined that on this question, she was being truthful.
I told you.
All right.
So, Mr. Wilder, what does this mean for you?
This means that I'm sorry, Jessica. I have a suspicious mind.
No.
And listen,
I don't
hey.
want to hear no, I have a suspicious mind.
Well, I'm sorry,
You're
I'm
sorry.
goofy.
I appreciate that.
I love you.
But you
and-
need to do something about that suspicious mind because I'm done with it. I'm done.
Okay.
You know, your husband has said to you, you're not doing the things you used to do. You need to do some of that. Not all the time, not every day, because 6 kids later, you don't feel like doing all that all the time. But you need to make a date night. Mr. Cullen and I have a lunch date every Wednesday, and we work together. You need to do those things, and it will make him feel differently that you're engaged.
And Mr. Wilder, you can't have a relationship built on trust when suspicion outweighs the trust.
Yes, sir.
So you've got to get the suspicion down and the trust up, and you've got to give him a reason to do that, Ms. Wilder.
I agree.
This court has resources available to help you as you move forward, and as we say in this courtroom, do not cheat yourself out of a chance for a good relationship. Court is adjourned.